Hello? Is this thing on? Look, I don't even have my headphones on yet. Woo! How's that? Great. Let's get it started. What's yeet mean? Yeah, I had pizza. I'm here, dudes. Come on, man. Is it muted, pooted? Hello, hello, hello. 5 people. Yeehaw. Pizza? Yeah, I had pizza. Did you not? Coming live streams. Let's see, are we streaming this thing? It says we are. It's live, it says. Look at that. I got smart. I muted it. What topping? Man, I call it pizza because I'll eat just about anything that's flat and round with meat, sauce, cheese. It had pepperoni on it. It was that little dude's. You know, Napoleon's pizza. Little Napoleon's, that him? Pizza, pizza. Am I allowed to say it on TV? Just like TV. All these years, I wanted to be a TV star. The video quality's good. This is that new phone thing. This is what I was trying to do last time. And it turned out to be a Monday, so I didn't do it. Couldn't do it. What I want to do is I wish upon a star, starlight, star bright. Does anybody know that one? Come on. Where is it? I'd like to be able to zoom in and get rid of this. See this stuff back in here? Back in there. Get rid of it. But I don't think this. Woo. Woo. Is that the way it is? Yeet. Does this do anything at all to what's being shown? On the camera software, it shows that that's right now. I zoomed in, it's like up my nose, but it didn't change it here in the actual software that's streaming it, so that doesn't help me a bit. And I don't know if I can zoom in that camera or not, but anyway. All right, how many people's here? 8. So are the links working in Facebook? I didn't put anything on Instagram or Twitter because I was working on business cards, and so I just put it out there on Facebook, and I think I got the right link. And did it work? I mean, nobody pays attention anyway. See, I don't know, but anyway. Did it work? Is anybody typing anything? I joined via YouTube app. Right, but did you see it on Facebook? Did the post work? Did it build suspense? Was everybody just waiting? Wanting to know, what in the world is God and physics and buried aliens? Oh, and this is show 5, so I'm crazy, you're not. I can't count. So anyway, the show's about my thoughts, of course. And I'm supposed to tell you. Wait a minute. Look at your screen here. See, right now I've got it rolling around my email. So if anybody decides that they want to hop on here and please let me join you, Mylo. I want to talk to you face to face, interact with you. That's the email, because I have to send you a link and you log in. But I did this. Let's see. We're going to hide that one and do that one. Please sub to the channel, like this video, and get your bell turned on, because that's what everybody wants to do. And if you're watching this after it's live, put in a comment and hit it. I think YouTube does something with their algorithms if people leave comments and interact, even though it might be 2 years old. If I'm still around in 2 years doing something, if you watch one, tonight, tomorrow, next week, and you haven't already, like it or leave a comment, just because. And I don't know what it does if you dislike it. If you dislike it, dislike it. You know, send me some love my way anyway. And then this one, see, look at that, all that down there. You love this video. That's that subliminal. You love this video. But if I do away with all those, you get nothing but me. So these are my opinions on the show. Don't take it for gospel. Don't do anything I do. Don't do anything I tell you to do. Yeah, if you do, help you. God help you. Because I don't know anything really. I know what I know, and I don't know what I don't know. So there. But here's my thought on God's sense of humor is physics. Now, if you don't believe in God, creator, if you believe in the Big Bang Theory, some of them call him the Big Bang, the Big Kahuna, Lord Protector, all that. But physics. Don't know a lot about physics, but I do know if you drop something on your toe, it hurts. So the reason I think that is because I've been around a while, and you try to do simple things, pick up a pen off the floor, you drop it, it rolls under the cabinet, you bend down, you hit your head, it's all like a Lucille Ball skit. That's him telling you, don't take yourself so serious, because I'm going to knock you down a peg. So what made me think about this is I get up at 5:30 in the morning and get ready to go to work. And so I'm trying to be quiet. My wife washes dishes. Yes, by hand. So they're all stacked up on the dryer. And the dryer's just a towel laid out so they're all leaned up. Different ways, the pots, the pans, the forks, the spoons, the knives, the teacups, coffee cups. And I like coffee. So I'm trying to dig those things out and I'm trying to be quiet. And what happens? He plays a joke on me. So I pull out the little spoon or I pull out the little cup. I hit the pizza pan or the pot or the skillet, and then it knocks over the cup and then it drops into the sink and rattles and clangs. That's his sense of humor. It's kind of sick, but that's what it is. Another example. Go across the street to get gas to mow the yard. I take out a loan. I get over there, got my 5-gallon jug, pay the man, the lady, the machine, Robotron, whatever, put it in there, and I'm pumping it, and I'm squeezing it. And I'm watching the ticker, because it's a 5-gallon jug. I'm watching the ticker as the gallons go by. You know those little springy things? Let me put the fingers up here. You know those little springy things that you can push down and let go of the handle and it keeps it pumping, and so you can comb your hair or check your phone or light that cigarette or no. See, don't do anything I tell you to do. I didn't tell you to do that. Only silly people do those things at the gas pump. So be careful. Anyway, you push it down and there it goes. Glug, 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 glug. Filling up my 5-gallon jug, right? So I don't use it. I'm squeezing it because I don't want it to overfill. I'm holding it. Well, the one I'm using, it doesn't have a spring on it. Now, this is technically, I don't know, is physics, gravity? So, wait a minute. You know what? I've been talking. Do we got any other 5-gallon guys here? I never took you for a 5-gallon jug, man. I won't even touch that. Well, I told my mom the topics and she seemed a bit confused. And I wanted you to be a bit confused. Alright, so clickety thing. Oh yeah, Ryan, you're a good man in introducing everybody to that clickety thing. I'm sorry, I catched up. Caught up with the comments. Where was I? Yeah, the little clicky thing. Well, it doesn't have a spring. So I'm pumping it and I'm not paying attention because I'm watching the gallons click around, and I'm keeping it on the ground. That's what you're supposed to do. You keep the jug on the ground. You put the thing in it so it's grounded and it doesn't spark and blow up in your face. It's getting around 4.5 gallons, and I think I'm going to let it up and slow down. Well, I go to let it up, and since it doesn't have a spring to hold it up, the little clicker's dropped down and wedged into the fastest peg there is. I let go of it, and it doesn't stop. So, so I'm clicking it up, trying to let it go, but there's no spring. So every time I let go of it, it catches again. I'm holding the jug with one hand. This hand's holding the spout. Look, like this. I had to reach over, lift that thing up. Just about overflowed my jug. I hate when my jug overflows. Robert. Hey, don't laugh in the middle of my story. It bothers me. But anyway, so that's my take on God's humor, to knock you down a peg and say don't take yourself too seriously, because there's stuff out there that just in everyday life, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. That's what they like to say. It's what I like to say, because, oh my gosh, if you work with tools, if you work with your hands, you work with small screws and screwdrivers, you work up on ladders, you work under sinks, you do all that kind of whatever you do. If you sit at a desk all day and you write with a pen, sooner or later he's going to play a trick on you, and it's going to get lost, and you don't know where it's at. And you stand up, and it's stuck in your belt buckle or something. That's the way it works. Yeah. So that's my theory on that. But see, I kind of tricked you, because God and physics, I kind of put it all together. So, as some of you may know, this is about me and the fellas at work. The fellas at work talk during lunch. We talk about all kinds of crazy things. And part of my crazy brain really runs amok when I'm mowing, because there's nothing else to do. Mowing is not a very intellectual task. So you're out there, and I get all these ideas. And this was one of the ones I put out there the other day, and they thought, that's kind of wild. I don't know what I would do either. So, buried aliens. Let's just say you're out there, you're planting your garden, you're rototiller, and you have some dude come by and plow it. If you don't know what plowing your garden is, hit me up. I'll explain it to you. If you live in the city, let's just say you're walking down the street, go to a park, you sit down next to the tree that's been there for 100 years, and something pokes you in the butt. You get up and look, and it's a piece of metal. You start digging around it, it's a bigger piece of metal. Well, I always thought about it. If I were mowing my field, I've got it like a sinkhole. It's starting to sink down. Sinkhole, sink down, get it? Anyway, it's sinking down. I got to put my hands up here, sinking down. And I think, I ought to get out there one day and look at that, because it might be just an old root ball that's rotted and now the ground's caving in. Or, you got it, could be a buried alien ship underneath my field waiting for me to discover it. What would you do? That was the question I asked these guys. It's like, there you are. You scratch it, it's hard metal. I would think it's just an old pizza pan, old pie dish, something like that, right? Ryan, pay attention, son. You're talking about other things down here in the chat. So anyway, what would you do? And, I asked the guys to, hey, give me some ideas of what you would do. And they were supposed to email me. And guess what they didn't do? They didn't email me. So what I would do is like any person would do. I'd just cover it back up, forget about it, and go on. What the heck? Who wants to know? Who wants to be that guy? Am I screaming? Who wants to be that guy that just blows up the world? Not me. No, sir. And then people are going to come and want to see it. Oh, yeah, you could charge money. You could be a millionaire. No. Are you kidding? They'd come. Men in black would come. Men in white coats would come. Who knows? One of them guys would just take you away. You wouldn't own the property no more. It'd be scary, so I just covered up. I wouldn't tell anybody. Maybe write it in my will. When I'm dead, please open this envelope and go down and see what you want to do with this buried spaceship. It could be a toilet flange. You're right. Could be. Like the ones we found today in that cave in the ditch. Yep. So that's what I think about when I'm mowing the field, along with other things. What would I do if I found a buried alien ship in my field? I mean, you'd think alien ships would be huge, right? But now they're calling them like Tic Tacs, and them things are only like this big, about that big. I might run over it and not even know it. What do you think about that? Tiny Tic Tac aliens. I'd never pay any attention to them. Never find them. But if it was a big Tic Tac, now we're talking. You might find the next, gasoline powered something, except it'd be uranium. You could use it to go back to the future. Right, Ryan? You could go back to the future. What would you do? Leave me a comment. Would you run? Would you hide? Would you call your mom? Would you call the government? I don't know. That's what I would do, is run and hide, cover it up, forget about it, because it ain't going to be nothing but trouble. So that's what I was thinking about today and yesterday and the day before. But that's what you get. Nobody wants to join me on the screen. You get what I think about. I think about aliens burying stuff in my backyard, or dying in my backyard, or that little clicky thing that won't shut off because somebody's playing a bad trick on me. So those are no fun. Robert says he'd call me. What would you call me? Debbie says she's shy. Well, look, I've never done this. I get out there. I'm beautiful, I understand, but I'm shy. I really am. I don't think it's Craig. I think he has his own doodad now that he can get out there, and so he doesn't hide behind his wife's doodad no more. Did I miss the pyramid chat? No, there wasn't no pyramid chat. It's all about buried aliens that you find in your backyard. Tic Tacs, little tiny Tic Tacs or big Tic Tacs. You didn't miss the pyramid chat. So, but we did find almost a cave at work today, which is kind of weird. I don't think my sinkhole's a cave. I think it's where an old tree was, and now it's rotted, and the dirt's sinking down in there, and it just makes a hole. As I ride around on my tractor mowing the field, it drops down into it. It makes it a little deeper each time. But it would be cool if it was an alien ship. Nah, I probably would try to go in it. No, he almost drove the tractor into the cave, but he was cautious. Unlike me, he wouldn't drive it into the cave. He's cautious. But I probably would maybe uncover it just a little bit. Just a little bit to see what it was like. But there, you got to believe in aliens. Does anybody believe in aliens? I mean, saw a thing where it said, showed the sun going around like the flat earth, so it'd always be day. Right? So these people, if there's still people out there that think the earth's flat, somebody was trying to explain to them that, if the earth were flat and we had a sun and it was going around, it would always be daytime. It would never be night. But you know what they didn't think of? It was like, if this is the flat earth and this light, see how it's sunshiny there, right? What about under here? Look, under here, dude, it's nighttime. So there we go. Now it's daytime up here, and it's nighttime under here. So who says the earth has to spin this way? If it's flat, who says it spins that way? Maybe the daggone thing rotates this way, and it is flat. Yeah, could be. Of course, this is square, rectangle. It's not flat. Oh! Here we go. Butt scrubber Earth. Butt scrubber Earth is flat. If it rotates this way, it still goes through its day-night cycle. See that? It doesn't have to be like a ball and spin this way. Oh, maybe it is the spinning that. Golly, I figure this stuff out all the time. What is that? Well, wait a minute. I believe since I was a kid, have you been spelunking? No, absolutely. Universe is far too large for life not to be out there. I believe that. Mathematically, for sure there are aliens. Robert's our local mathematician, and mathematically he knows there's aliens out there. But yeah, I think I have been spelunking. Went to a place called, and here we go. If you get mad, I get it wrong, I'm sorry. Marl's Cave. I don't think the guy was calling himself Morrell. I think it was Marl's Cave. And it was huge. And it was on private property, and you weren't supposed to go there, but everybody went there anyway. And some people got lost, and it was scary because it was black, dark, 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 dark. This dark. I can't see nothing till it hits me in the face, and I still can't see it. That's how dark it was. Yep. So I didn't call it spelunking. We just called it, let's go down to the cave and see if it's real. And it was real. It was pretty cool, though. 2 + 2 = alien confirmed. What about the flat earth theory? There's still apparently people out there that believe that the earth is flat. And like I said, I saw that where it showed a flashlight like this, pretending to be the sun, was going around and around. It was like, hey dude, if it was flat, man, it would always be daytime. There wouldn't be any night. Under here, man, under here. Nighttime. Or this way. Maybe even that way. Who knows? Round might be God's joke on us forever. Maybe it ain't nothing round. Just we think it is. The ones that believe in Bigfoot, I don't know. Do you believe in a duck-billed platypus? What's so strange about Bigfoot? Huh? You ever seen a duck-billed platypus? No, I haven't. But they're out there. Maybe we just hadn't seen Bigfoot. He's kind of big. I don't think he's hiding. No, he does. He hides really well, I guess. So, I have. Debbie, what have you been tipping? You been tipping the glass? Is that what you've been tipping? Tipping a little bit of the glass. Hey, tipping a little bit of the glass. I can talk that way because my beard's red. So, that's what I thought. That was my topic. I could have picked maybe a little different topic, but that's what I picked. So, I've got other topics. What I'm trying to do is I'm going to try to make a list. And I don't know if I'll put it out as like on Facebook, or maybe we'll talk about it on one of the shows. But some of the things I have now, and see what people may want to talk about. Because I thought about what I was doing today. Mitch Hedberg once said, maybe Bigfoot is just blurry. A blurry, out of focus monster is just roaming the countryside. Right? Could be. Someone tutored Craig on commenting. Don't mock me accent. You can get on. I'll send you the link. You can get on and you can let me hear your accent, and I'll tell you I'm sorry that I didn't do it right. How's that? Let's do that. Tired of rebuilding that stove with Landon today. He worked hard. Rebuilding stove, I mean, he did some good body work on that thing. Well, he did panel replacement. That's what body work is nowadays. You have a crash, and they just take one thing off, put it back, put a new one back on there, so it's body replacement. But he worked hard on it. Landon was a big help, lining up the screw holes and handing him screwdrivers. Man, it was like a operating room in there. A dirty, real filthy, grimy, dirty operating room. Dust everywhere. So, about the list, I was thinking about putting together a list and seeing what people may want to talk about, and maybe that would give somebody, maybe somebody out there is waiting on their topic. Like Jennifer, her topic was, shipwreck in Indianapolis, and Landon's topic was, please make me famous. I want to be a big guitar player, strummer, percussionist, something. So, oh man, don't think. I mean, conspiracy theories. I like those things, and I listen to a podcast. This is some of the things that I talk about at work, and I don't know what the best way to do that is because I listen to them. They give me ideas, and I hate just regurgitating something that I heard on somebody else's, podcast or show or whatever. But then I think, well, about everything I regurgitate something that I've read or heard or looked up on the internet, or I did do the pots and pans myself. I didn't look that up, but I make the noise myself, so I know that firsthand. Just about spilled gas all over. That's firsthand. So some of it is firsthand, but a lot of it's stuff that I've learned and picked up and wondered about. And so I wouldn't feel so bad maybe talking about conspiracy theories. There are some things that, since I've started doing this and listening to podcasts and different things that I've learned, it's just unreal what some people, there's books out there I'd like to read, but, is the moon, I never even thought, you hear man in the moon was made of cheese and all that stuff, but I guess there's people in the past, and then maybe even still now, that believe the moon's hollow. It's made. It didn't naturally occur. I didn't really realize that. I didn't know that was a thing. Nursery rhyme. Man in the moon, cow jumped over the moon. So, there are some conspiracy theories that I'd like to talk about, but I want people to get on with me. So, as you can tell, it's probably not real exciting to sit here and listen to me talk about things that go around, rattling around in my head, because there's not a lot of interaction. The chat, it's hard to chat. It's hard for me to read because I forget to look down here and read. Because when I do this, and I put this on there, the chat goes away unless I turn it back on up here. Ta-da! Oh, check the facts, then form an opinion, I guess. Well, see, I don't know, Debbie. Things aren't factual. That's what makes them so good, is you can't really prove or disprove a lot of that stuff. That one that I heard, and I talked to Craig about it, was, I didn't realize it. I was alive when they were going to the moon, and everything in the whole stupid school would stop, and they put it up on the TV, and you looked at it, and them dudes were walking on the moon and all that stuff, and it was cool. But come to find out, they crashed into the moon and made it ring like a bell. That's what they say. I don't know. But, I would love to talk about some of that stuff. But there's so many topics, and I don't know. It's hard to pick. That's why I said I like to make a list of things that I've thought of, and then put them out there and let people say, well, I like number 22. 22 might be, eating armadillos and getting leprosy. Whatever it might be. You know what I mean. So I'm just trying to figure out a better way to find out what you guys would like to hear, what you'd like to talk about. and maybe, like I said, entice somebody to get on here with me and talk about it, or maybe two somebodies. So what I don't want to do is I don't want to talk about heavy things like the Indianapolis was very educational, and I'd like to have some more things like that. But I'd like to really talk more about finding aliens in my backyard. Or could anybody discover the next alternative energy? Sometimes I think that inventions were easier back 100 years ago because we didn't know so much, right? So, maybe things were, if you put a little thought to it, you could invent something because we didn't know, how to do lots of things. And now it's mostly inventions are high tech, and not everybody knows how to make, what is this, supposedly light crystals or time crystal or whatever the supposedly Google made inside a chip, and then it went away after 4 seconds. Right. That's like saying I made the perpetual energy machine. Oh, but then it broke after running for 4 seconds. But trust me, I made it, and it was good, and it would have saved the whole universe. But it broke in 4 seconds. I just don't know. So that's kind of what I think sometimes is it's harder and harder for people to really invent things, just your normal average day person with the knowledge that we have as common knowledge, to invent something that's really cool. I wish I'd invented the pet rock. Maybe I'll bring it back. But I think the copyrights, patent's over, so I could probably bring back the pet rock, along with his little playhouse, his water dish, his food dish, his little bed, little kennel you kept him in. Well, I talked about playing us like a 10 or 20 minute game of D&D, and then having the whole internet D&D group come down around our ears telling us that we didn't do it right, and you can't play a 10-minute game of D&D and so on and so forth. I was going to show y'all some ink blots. I didn't get them. I think ink blots are kind of cool. See what everybody thought they were. Kind of like have a little contest. So, I don't believe they landed on the moon. I could believe that now. Because cinematography, whatever, has come such a long way. Computer generated. That's what I said. Computer generated the high tech stuff. I mean, believe it or not, people could make me good looking with CG. They could make, who was the guy that plays Captain America? They made him look small in that first one, and then, supposedly after he took the German juice, got big and strong. So that had inventions being worked on that are things that were on Star Trek. Called it an emotional support rock. Okay, yeah. That was very interesting. Very, very interesting. But I guess, you didn't have to worry about dropping it or hurting it, breaking it, starving it to death, overfeeding it, cleaning up after it. None of that stuff. It was your best pet because you put it in your pocket and carry it around. Is that your pet in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? That's Morris, my pet rock. You want a feeling? Here. So, pet rock was kind of cool. I mean, it's flash in the pan. Dude made millions of dollars. Yep. Rule number 1. All right. It's been on here 34 minutes. This has been the only chance. I looked up that one time, it was 15 minutes, and I thought, it's only 15 minutes? Isn't this over yet? So, Watched the show, had inventions. There's a video of Stanley Kubrick admitting he filmed the moon landing. If you want to believe him, the story is the government got him after he filmed 2001: A Space Odyssey. I guess if you think about the potential, the process wasn't there to make convincing, real life looking moon shots. But the other side of that coin is the cameras weren't the best in the world, and you use cheap cameras that are grainy and fuzzy. You could probably get away with a lot of junk and, film it in the worst daylight times and all that stuff. I don't know. Kubrick. Alright. The mood ring. That was a great one. Yeah. Hey, I actually have a pet rock. Really? You're going to have to bring it tomorrow? No. It's Friday, man. We're not going to have work tomorrow. Let's just all go to work and let Robert bring his pet rock. And we'll all sit around and feed it or something. You got to bring it. I'm going to bring that hot sauce. I was looking for it. I meant to bring it up here. I was working on those business cards. I'm going to get business cards that, let me just do this real quick. Let me get it up here. And this, I'm telling you, I'm cheap, right? So I'm doing this on Google because it's free. And let's see, share screen. Yeah, okay. Share screen. This screen. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So now this is supposed to be working. I don't see these squares. I think if I'm doing the tutorial right, those should be business card sides. I don't think there's a way really to zoom in either on my screen or the real screen over here. So I don't know if you can see it or not. But these things in the corners are supposed to be clocks. I might be able to spin this one upside down and make it look a little different. But anyway. So I was going to put, what I mean, my contact information in here, email and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm hoping, what the hope here was, that, meet somebody at Walmart. Hey, how you been? What you doing? Not much. I'm working, doing this thing. But hey, you know what? Here's a card. You're not doing anything on, like usually Mondays and Thursdays around 9. Follow me on Facebook or Twitter or something, and I get on there and chat. And if you got, maybe it's something you'd like, maybe it's something you won't. So, yeah, I know you're supposed to be doing this all kind of stuff on Facebook, and I appreciate everybody that has. All right, can I show this to the whole people? Can I show this picture to everybody? Let's see. How do I do this? I just don't want. Is it a rock? Is that a rock, or is that just some kind of dried up prune apple that you that you have? Because I thought they were actual rocks. This thing looks like somebody's made it out of clay. Robert says yes. I don't remember pet rocks being like this, to be honest with you. All right, let's see if we can get let's see if we get this thing up there. Hey everybody, Maggie's joined us. Hello, Maggie. Everybody say hello to Maggie. Maggie, you might have just got here just in time to see a pet rock in action. Hold on. Messages. How do I stop getting these things from the from? It says USO. Come on, save it then. Send to renew recipient. Saved VC media. Saved. Now, I don't know if it will send. I got to get it up on the computer here. Library. Oh no. Get away from me. Okay. Is it uploaded already? Does anybody know? Back up and sync. Okay. Maybe it'll do that right now. What is it? You pushed me over the limit, Robert. Thanks a lot. I think it was sandstone that's been shaped into a letter holder. I had it since I was... I thought you said this thing was a pet rock, dude. Did you have a pet rock before everybody else had a pet rock? Is that what you're saying? And Debbie, I don't know if these lines are truly... I'm just following a tutorial. I don't know if these lines are truly the size of the business card or not, or if it's actually this outer line. I just don't know. What I was going to do is come up with the design, print it on just a regular sheet of paper, and do the old thing. I cut it out and see if albums. Create an album. No, photos. I don't see it. Man, it's funny looking, but I don't see it. Not this dude. That dude's nice. I don't see it. So maybe it wouldn't upload it like I wanted it to, just to... Let's refresh. Woo, 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 woo. There it is. Right there. There it is. All right. Damn it, I gotta have me one of them. Doesn't it look like a dried up apple or a dried up potato? Oh, that's crazy. All right, 43 minutes. See, thanks a lot, Robert. These people were going to go to bed, and you had to get that out. What you should have done is bring it to work, help us paint stuff. I tell you what, if I can get these business cards together, I'm going to give you 2 or 3, and you can have... Does he have a name? What's his name? What's its name? Come on. Type quicker, Robert. Type quicker. Anyway, Robert Jr. Old JR. You can have JR hold the business cards. Fred. Okay. You can have Fred hold the business card in his head. Fred's head's the business card holder. But anyway. Oh. That's got to be better than any pet rock. Which is it, man? Is it Fred or Rocky? You've had him since you're a kid and you don't even know. What do you do? How do you call him to supper? How do you call him up, when he's out running around and in the yard pottying, making little sandstone poopy piles or something? It's Fred Rocky? Okay. You gave him a last name? All right. That's fine. He's your rock. You give him a last name if you want to. All right. Well, guess what, people? Blame Robert. It's 45 minutes. 45 minutes is what we've been doing. Let me get rid of this guy. Sorry, Rocky. Fred. FR. FRD Roosevelt. Sorry, man. All right. Night, folks. Bye, Lisa. Bye-bye. Appreciate you coming. Everybody that jumps on here and hangs out for however long they can stand it, I appreciate it. And reads the Facebook and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to try to get a list together, try to get business cards together, and maybe we'll all try to get a pet rock. Maybe we can get a Mylo Minute pet rock. Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye, everybody. Oh, Ryan. You're so sweet. How come you're not sweet like that at work? Maybe because your mom's not at work. We need her to come to work so you can be sweet at work. All right. I'm ending broadcast. And that's the way it was on whatever day this is.